Hello again, everyone. Rocco Jeppy here for CCBC Catonsville Athletics. I'm seated alongside Dan Blue, the head baseball coach for the Cardinals. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Rocco. It's good to be here.
All right, we'll jump right in here. Season starts with 7 games in 6 days, but the good news is it's in Florida. So
Right.
What are you hoping for? What are you hoping to learn down there?
The first thing, it's going to be nice to get out of the snow, obviously. But as far as learning anything, it's more important as far as, I think, with our guys to go down there with the expectations of going out every single game and winning. At this particular point in time, I pretty much know a lot about our players and things, and it's a matter of now they have to go out and play baseball. And when we go down to Florida, even if these teams in Florida have got a little bit of a jump on us as far as their games, we're still going down with the expectations. We want our players to perform. We expect them to perform, and we plan on winning every time that we go out. And that's what we want to instill in them. That is, every time they take the baseball field, regardless of their opponent, where they're playing, we expect them to be prepared and ready to go. So hopefully, once we go down there, we'll be in shape to play and ready to go from the start of the season.
All right, well, let's meet some of those student athletes. Talk about your top returners this year.
We're very inexperienced. We only have a few returning guys this year. So, regarding our top returners, we're returning our closer, Craig Lopez, who's had some injury issues over the past couple of years, but he seems to be 100% healthy right now. We've got a couple returning pitchers in John Klein and Courtney Mack, who had success for us last year on the mound. Denzel Johnson, who is a shortstop, second baseman for us. He's already committed to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Had a very nice year for us last year. Kyle Canavan, who also plays shortstop, second base, and some outfield, is returning for us. So we've got some nice key leadership coming back with some experience. But other than that, we have a lot of inexperience on the team.
As can be expected at this level, 2-year colleges, you're going to have a lot of turnover. Talk to us about some of those newcomers.
I really like the talent that we've got. We have a center fielder, Manny Jimenez from Oak Ridge High School in Orlando, Florida. Great size, good speed, has a ton of raw ability. First baseman we have Jordan Sanders from Northeast High School, very big, strong young man, 6'5", 250 pounds. Pitcher, first baseman, outstanding player. We've got a couple, in reality, 3 catchers that we are very high upon. Ed Nottingham from Mount St. Joe's, Bud Wiesmore, who came from Florida at Osceola High School down in Kissimmee, Florida, and Matt Thomas, who's from Severna Park. All 3 are very capable. They play other positions when they're not catching. Had solid falls. Pitching-wise, we're really excited about our depth in our pitching staff. Michael Pelez is a freshman from Florida, hard thrower, who had an outstanding fall. Dalton Swangers from the Eastern Shore of Maryland has done really well for us. Another kid from Severna Park has been just fantastic for us in the early going of the fall and through winter workouts, named Ryan Yusner. We really have high hopes for him as well. So I'm excited about it. We've got a lot of young talent, and we just have to get them experience and get them to develop.
All right. So with this young talent, how competitive do you think the Cardinals are going to be in the Maryland JUCO Conference this season?
Our plans are to be very competitive, and that's one of our goals every single year is to our plans are to come out and win the conference, to win the region, to win the district, and advance to the World Series. And that's an important aspect for them. Our expectations are high. Our schedule is probably one of the most difficult schedules I've ever put together for us. And I understand that when you're playing a predominantly freshman lineup, there's going to be some growing pains a little bit at the beginning. But the talent is there. And if they work hard and do the things we're asking of them and stay together as a team, I'm very optimistic for our chances at the conference level and region level.
All right. Well, last season, we spoke a little bit about this off camera. 5 games under 500, not exactly what you're accustomed to at Catonsville. Your previous 2 seasons, 57-42, I mean, great records. Is last season just kind of an example of the ebbs and flows at the junior college level?
Yeah, it was very much, last season was a very frustrating season for us on the coaching staff. But it was kind of the bump in the road. We had some injury issues. Our number 1 starter was injured probably about maybe a quarter of the way into the season. Had some elbow problems and did not pitch the remainder of the season. He was able to play a position, but he was not capable of throwing like we were expecting him to at the front end of our rotation. Our number 2 pitcher had torn his hamstring right before we left for Florida, and he did not throw until it was just before the regional tournament was when he first came back. So when you suffer a couple major injuries like that, especially to your number 1 and number 2 starters, it really sets you back a little bit. You expect those guys to get between them probably 15 to 20 starts, and I think we got 5 out of them. So that was an issue. We also had some off-the-field things that affected us. Violations of team rules led to the dismissal of 4 players from the team, and it just shows you how distractions off the field can affect a team over the course. So, when you put it all together, it was a very frustrating year for us. But I mean, so far this year, we're looking to bounce back.
Now, having your top 2 starting pitchers back obviously is going to help the team. What other things are you looking at as a coaching staff that will get you guys back over on the right side of 500?
I like the attitude on this team much better than what we had last year. They've been working hard in the weight room. They've had a solid fall. I really like our pitching depth. I think our staff is very deep to the fact that, we have 7 kids who we consider starting pitchers who could go out for us and start on any given day. Now, you obviously have the guys at the front end of the rotation who are, a little bit above or more advanced, but I think our depth in the pitching staff is much better. Our size, we've got some better power this year. We've got probably the biggest team that we've ever had put together in my years at Catonsville. So that will definitely help us out. If I'm looking at a weakness from this team, I think it's going to be our inexperience. We're going to be likely starting probably 7 freshmen at any given time, and they're going to go through their growing pains. But the talent is there, so I'm optimistic about that.
When the season comes to an end, that final out is made, good or bad, how are you going to define success?
I'm very much a competitor, so I look at winning as being the success. And our goals are to win this conference and win the region and win the district and get to that World Series. This is an extremely tough region, and it's an extremely tough conference to win. But that's what our goals are, and really that's what we base our success off. Yes, do I want our guys to get better individually and improve? Do I want our sophomores to commit to 4-year colleges and be ready to play at a 4-year college? Obviously, those things are very important to us. But being a competitive person like I am, it's wins and losses. And I always say, everybody forgets who finishes second. So.
All right, last question for you. We have the Cardinal fans, we have student athletes, students, faculty. Talk to them right now. Let them know why they should come out and watch this ball club this year.
Maryland JUCO Conference baseball is outstanding baseball. And I think by going out and seeing games, you will see the talent level that is at this particular junior college level. It's a great experience. You're going to see teams that play hard, talented players who are going to be moving on to 4-year colleges, kids who are signing pro contracts. It's a nice atmosphere to be in, where kids are going to play fundamentally sound baseball and play baseball the right way. And obviously, it's much more reasonable as far as monetary value since you can attend any of the games for free. So we'd love to have you come on out.
There you are, folks. Quality baseball at a quality price. Dan, thanks for joining us here today. And for those of you that want to stay up to date on all Cardinals athletics information, don't forget www.ccbc.CatonsvilleCardinals.com. For Dan Blue, I'm Rocco Jeppy.